Welcome to Real Zeal, a podcast like no other, brought to you by yours truly, Trish Burke.
And James Burke. ADHD is loud, proud and unfiltered.
We are absolutely honoured to bring you all the topics, big to small and everything in between, in a way that is honest, truthful, with a veil of compassion. All in the name of ensuring everyone feels heard and validated.
We can't wait to host a myriad of guests that will blow your mind, and we're going to have candid conversations that will absolutely knock your socks off.
So get your tissue box ready for the tears that you might shed. Pad up because you're going to piss yourself laughing.
Strap yourself in and get yourself ready for some real zeal. Welcome to Real Zeal. I'm your host, Burke.
And I'm your co-host, Trish Burke. And
we're back for another episode.
Yeah, we are.
Back in the new year. Christmas is over with. It's time to get settled back into January and things happening again. So we're here.
And we are ready to bring you some more excellent goodness.
So we thought we'd start off the year with an amazingly upbeat, happy, positive topic and talk about rejection sensitivity dysphoria.
Also known as RSD. The dark cloud of doom that settles in the pit of our minds in about the 700 open tabs.
Oh yeah.
There's usually about 30% of those running hot with RSD.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not saying that all humans are not immune to this.
Yep.
I mean, all humans get an element of some rejection sensitivity dysphoria. But the ADHDers, the neurodivergent folk, feel it a lot more.
It is the ever-present, unwelcome shadow, basically.
It's literally the shadow that is pinned to you. You can't escape it.
No.
And we legit were exchanging stories before we hit record of our little RSD sirens whirring all day long in the background of while we're trying to function and parent and work and paint cars and do all the things, because we're not able to turn that button off.
No.
We would if we could. I swear we would.
Oh, look,
Would
yes.
you rather being able to have executive functioning to actually see something through unmedicated, or would you prefer to not have RSD?
Ooh.
I mean, they're two massive ADHD traits. Was your preference?
They're the two that impact me the most.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gave them to you as a choice, as a choice challenge.
Oh, that's such a tough one.
I know.
Oh, because I feel like without the executive function, everything's exactly the same.
What do you mean?
Like, if the choice
you
is...
do nothing.
Well, like, yeah, but that's kind of baseline unmedicated me anyway.
Oh, okay.
So if the choice is just to get rid of the RSD, I'm going to take that. That's amazing. And then that's what the drugs are for.
Like, that's emotionally hard. I feel like you can have someone crack a whip and motivate you. You could have someone help you body double with you. But the emotional cape of other people's emotions as well as your own, as well as misinterpreting, reading between the lines of a situation of subtext that wasn't even there.
No.
That is a cross to bear that nobody wants,
No.
I don't think. And if you do, what kind of sadist are you?
Yeah.
A really sadist one.
So let's back up just a little bit.
We need to explain what it is first.
Exactly. What is RSD? What is rejection sensitivity dysphoria?
Well,
Trish?
you're going to ask me.
I'm going to ask you.
Why? Because I work in the space of...
Well, yeah, and I couldn't be bothered
neurodivergence.
trying to think about how to explain it.
Oh, okay, great. So rejection sensitivity dysphoria is where you perceive any feedback or negative feedback. Basically, you've got a sort of a negative skew on yourself with regards to anything coming your way. So if you get sent a text that says K, as in a response to a question that just has the letter K, and it's in a capital, you think, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? It's in capital. Do they hate me? And it straight away spirals to the negative.
Exactly. And it doesn't just spiral to like a negative. It spirals like all the way down to I'm the worst person. They don't want to spend any time with me. I've lost this friend forever.
And I should go crawl into a hole and it worms and never come out.
Yeah, that's it.
That kind of tragedy.
Exactly.
It also can be when someone's trying to give you some constructive feedback to extend you or to, push you to get a bit better at that skill that you are finessing or, refine some spelling errors in a writing piece or email, whatever it may be.
Yep.
You immediately go, oh my gosh, I'm so crap at my job. I just may as well crawl in a hole and die and never produce work ever again and be unemployed and live on the dole.
Well, that's it. Like that. So the one that always used to get me was my boss saying, hey, we need to have a quick chat.
Oh, worst.
And just like no other context whatsoever. And so I'd literally go to...
getting fired.
I'm terrible at my job. I'm getting fired. I'm the main income earner for my family. We're going to be unemployed. I'm going to be unemployed. We're not going to pay rent. We're going to lose our house. We're going to be... I don't know, we're going to have to move in with the grandparents or something like that.
Gee,
I'm the worst person.
That got dark very quick from, hey, can we have a chat?
It's hey, can we have a chat, to I'm the worst person in the world in about 3 seconds flat.
Okay, so let's backpedal to high school when we were doing the very weird dating scene.
I was a nerd and didn't have a girlfriend in high school.
I was a nerd too. I just
also hid it a lot better.
I hid it much better. I was very good at masking. That was my gift to society. My Golden Globe Awards are yet to arrive on my doorstep, but they're coming.
Yes.
From Temu, probably.
When you can find some good ones.
Yeah, but they all look cheap. Okay, that's the problem. Yeah. But back in that day, even like you had the individual like, we need to talk. You know, you're dating. We need to talk. We all knew that was code for we're breaking up. It's true. Did you only ever date your wife?
I had one girlfriend before.
Did she say we need to talk, or did you say we need to talk to break up with her? Or was it mutual?
She dumped me via a birthday card left on my doorstep on my birthday.
Oh my gosh, a dump and run.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
While I was out, she knew I was going to be out.
That's gutless.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's, if you can't break up with someone face to face, clearly you're not ready to be in a relationship. I feel like that's rule number one. But that's not the take home message for today.
We're not talking about my previous relationship.
Or mine. Couple of those. Hey.
I said nothing.
You basically said I played the field.
Am
oh
I
my gosh.
wrong?
I can't help I was popular. I can't help it. I was a good looking gal back in my day. Now I'm a hot mess in perimenopause that just is very sweaty tonight. This is why we're not a couple. One, because we're not. And two, because I talk like this to you. You definitely get the brother treatment.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
I'm dropping my balls everywhere.
Balls
it's
are
all
going
over.
everywhere, man. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, also, not my brother. I wouldn't be touching my brother's balls. That's bad. Okay. So, rejection sensitivity dysphoria. We're bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back. Oh, no one needed that. Sorry about that. Bring it back to... Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just cut that in over the top.
Oh, yeah, I will. I mean, it's still going up here and will be for the rest of the night.
It's in the other tabs that don't have RSD going on in them.
Yeah, half of them have got music going. Different songs.
If a predominant part of the population already negatively skew any sort of comments their way, as in interpret it negatively toward themselves, then we need to share, I think, some great ways to communicate what you want to communicate without it coming across like a doomsday message couriered with a bomb.
Yep.
Because that's how it feels.
And also to help others that might be struggling with it to learn and maybe realise that not everything is being couriered to you with a doomsday message and a bomb, but actually sometimes people are just saying what they're thinking.
Okay, well this takes a lot of layers because, okay, we've got our masking sort of component where we all kind of put out an exterior that we think is going to be palatable to the room of people that we're with.
Hello, the first 37 years of my life.
Yeah, which then also is misleading, and it means that the veil of truth that we think we are being presented with is maybe a lie, a facade, if you will. So I feel like that maybe is another undercurrent that we need to address separately.
Yeah.
Because,
probably a whole episode in that.
Yeah, okay.
We might save that for another day.
We can re-gallop into that another day.
Yeah.
But let's start with the overarching approach if you want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So whether you're an employer, whether you are trying to dump your partner that you have been dating for a hot minute, or whether you are...
just talking to a friend or a family member or anyone.
Any of the above. Never ever say we need to talk and then not give any more context, because what will happen is we will ruminate and think about all the possible things that you might want to talk to us about, and we also might think and go through our back catalogue of every single memory, conversation and text message that we might have had an exchange over, and we will sit there and absolutely ruminate and scrutinize every
Yeah.
word said and read between the lines.
And that's it. The RSD doesn't just kick in and then go away. It stays there.
And it manifests into something bigger than you could imagine.
That conversation is had, or whatever it is that triggered it off is gone finally. But even then, it'll still sit there and you'll still be feeling it. And like, you know, you'll have that conversation, like the example I gave with my boss. Like that might have come at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning kind of thing.
And the conversation's not till Friday?
Well, yeah, even until the afternoon, later in the week, whatever it might be. And like literally from then until that conversation is had, I'm toast. My brain is gone.
That's where
I am
headspace
literally not able to really function that well because my brain is just endlessly doing circles.
Doomsdaying.
Yep.
So, because Burke has been doomsday prepping now for the whole week and not focused on his work, his boss is now actually going to approach him about those things.
Just like, hey.
And it's actually going to be a very bad conversation probably. So, a very, very important fact number one, give context. Hey,
Context is king.
I'm keen to catch up and hear further thoughts on blah, blah, blah. I would love to brainstorm ideas with you about a new project that we want to start.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this is working really well. Do a nice soft start with an encouragement. And I'd love to work out how we can monetize this in a better way. Let's get creative together. So calling it a brainstorming session, giving it some context, that is going to lend us into these are the thoughts I can prepare in that space, as opposed to like stressing yourself out about other kind of maybes.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think context is really key. It really helps to settle the heart and settle the mind and actually give it a place to focus rather than ruminate on all the things it could be. There's clarity in that space.
Absolutely.
Neurodivergent individuals love clarity, don't they, Burke?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We love it.
We sometimes forget to give it, but we love it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Or we forget to reply.
Yeah.
That's probably the ADHD element.
Oops.
The autistics out there will be definitely clarifying.
Oh, yeah.
And the ADHDers will forget to reply, much to their disgust, which is why sometimes two different neurotypes don't really gel as nicely as you would hope they would. But clarity and the context, two very important C's in that element of preparation for a conversation.
Yeah.
So if we've got clarity, if we've got some context, if we've got some things to sort of focus our mind on, that's going to help us prepare better for that conversation or that meeting. Obviously, if it is a we're going to fire you meeting, don't give a long lead time.
Yeah.
Because that also, if you're not going to give context, we know that that's a doomsday message. We know that's a we're breaking up, we're letting you go, we don't need your services anymore kind of a conversation. Don't give like a half a week lead time for that. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Hey, I've got a hot minute. Why don't we pop into my office? We all know what's happening. You've been invited into the principal's office. You're getting told off.
Or you get the email from the boss saying, hey, you want to come in for a meeting? By the way, you can bring a support person with you. And the HR manager is going to be there
also
as well.
a telltale sign that doomsday is coming.
Yeah.
But at least you had a heads up to bring someone with you.
Exactly,
So you can have a cry together.
Yeah.
Or have someone to actually
Well,
process that information.
he cried and I walked out of there joyously triumphant, but that's another matter altogether.
Okay. Well,
I made my support person cry.
I think Burke wasn't sad enough. Maybe.
Burke was excited.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, his redundancy era is serving him well. He has remodeled his whole car and repainted it, and it looks very sexy. That shade of blue is gorgeous, by the way.
Moody blue.
Moody? Is that what it's
That's
called?
what it's called, moody blue.
I see that.
Yeah.
Rudy Clancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just driving around in his moody blue colour.
Yeah.
So good.
And I bought a new amp which got stolen so that I can have my fully 6 subwoofer going again.
Subwoofer. That's such a good thing.
So next time I rock up, you'll hear me.
I did hear you coming up the stairs, but it was more panting because there's a lot of stairs. Sorry about that. It is. It's like we live on a hill.
You do live on a hill.
Legit.
Yes.
And then there's like
You keep saying park in the driveway. I'm just like, I don't trust my handbrake that much to park in your driveway.
That's a wonder that Tim's car hasn't ended up in the neighbour's garage door, actually, across the road. Okay, so the clarity around a conversation, very, very important.
Timing as well.
Timing.
Don't give a huge amount of lead time.
Absolutely key. I think RSD, this is, and also the caveat of what you know, the truth of what you know around the connection, friendship, relationship that you have with whatever person is communicating with you is also a really big thing. Yep. I'm going to share a little example. Your wifey and I are friends. Your wifey and I text each other, and we've been trying to ping pong a time to hang out because you and my hubby, you've gone off and had a little man date. You went off and did a fun thing together.
It was good.
Beth and I felt a bit jelly and like we should get our act together because you boys have teed something up. And traditionally, the men folk are a little bit not on the front foot on this sort of stuff.
And traditionally, I'm not the one on the front foot on any of this stuff. So I don't know how I instigated a mandate and it happened before you and Beth ever got together.
Her schedule is tricky, okay?
Her
she
schedule is
catches
very
small humans that are being born out of a very narrow canal.
Oh, it was born at home, the one that happened overnight. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to tell my story.
Yep.
But we've been trying to tee up and we've been ping-ponging dates, ideas. There's not a lot of pinning anything down because we're both just like pinging messages when we've got the dopamine or we're awake. So we're slinging messages back and forth. 5 weeks have passed in the meantime. Not between our last messages, but just for this whole process of we could have a pillow fight, we could watch a movie. Where do you want to do? What do you know, what time of day? When are you busy? So haven't pinned a date down. It got to a point that I was a bit like, I didn't.
Does she not like me?
Oh, it didn't quite do that, but I went and asked him, and I said, "Hey, just a sense check," because I didn't want to go and, put extra pressure on Beth by going, "Hey, you haven't replied, or we haven't set a date. Do you not like me?" And I didn't want to look needy and weird because we haven't hung out yet. So then I didn't want her to not hang out with me.
We've hung out, the four of us. We
have.
You haven't hung out directly with Beth.
Not just girl on. Okay. There's no girl on girl happening. Not just us girls. Anyway, so I did a sense check with Tim and I said, hey, do you think, like, I'm pretty sure that Beth is just busy catching babies and sleeping in between spurts of working. And I'm trying not to read into this, but I'm pretty sure that's where the silence is and it's not like that she doesn't like me. And Tim goes, oh no, like you 1,000,000% are correct. Don't go into your RSD shame spiral that, you know, you've said something to upset her. She's working. You're right. And so I used my prior knowledge. I used my knowledge of our friendship and I was like trying to stay confident in that. But I didn't go straight and like make her paranoid that she hadn't communicated enough with me or to feel guilty. I checked with a credible source that knew the other party. And credible source affirmed that I have nothing to worry about.
And credible source was correct because I'll often hear Beth saying something like, oh crap, I forgot to message Trish. So,
oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah.
It works pretty well. The whole idea of knowing or keeping in mind that kind of relationship you have with a person and things like that is really, really important. One of the biggest things my psych taught me, which has kind of been world-changing.
Ooh, that's a big call.
It is, but it's about that whole thing about understanding the context, and then the main thing that I have to kind of keep reiterating to myself is taking people at what they say. Taking them at their word.
Face value. Yeah, and not reading between the lines that aren't actually there.
So I would constantly be, you know, in group chats, in social situations, even, you know, in my family, even with Beth and things like that. So I would be having a conversation or asking a question, and I'd get a response, and even though the response appears to be, for all intents and purposes, the right thing, my RSD would be going overdrive and reading all these extra layers and context into it that weren't there whatsoever. And the reality was...
Why are we so weird?
I know, right? She was like, no, yep, that's fine. I'm like, oh,
we just overcomplicate.
Not, oh, yep, that's fine, but I'm really, really pissed off at you that you would even dare to bring that up with me in the first place.
So the
and
tone
blah, blah, blah.
isn't, oh, fine.
No, exactly. It was just like, yeah, it's fine. It was like, and in my mind, I'd be like, no,
What does fine mean?
But turns out, when
fine.
she communicates in a pleasant, happy, affirming way that, yeah, that's fine, that isn't a code for something. She's actually just saying, that's fine. Go for your life. I'm like, whoa.
I think that the problem here comes from we get mixed messages from individuals. Sometimes the same words said with a different tone can mean a completely different thing. Tone is lost in text message and email in written form. That's where the emojis are very helpful.
Emojis are great. I think also for neurodivergent, like later diagnosed neurodivergent people, the whole kind of looking back at childhood of never quite understanding quite what the social situation was supposed to be and not quite getting it right sits there and going, well, I have to analyze and keep reading into this because it doesn't seem to happen as naturally as it does for everyone else.
And it's not just a face value thing. And I think this is the tricky spot because often there are double meanings in the English language or triple meanings for the same thing, the same phrase.
Yep.
And so we're desperately trying to get it inverted commas right in terms of picking the right meaning. And most of the time we get it, but I think sometimes it's the historical of I've got it wrong before and I don't want to get it wrong again kind of a scenario. And we don't like looking embarrassed as ADHDers. We've tail between the legs is not our favourite posture. So we want to get it right. We want to get it correct. That's why you get the overtone or undertone of perfectionism often coming through for an ADHD. It's like, if I turn my hand to that and it's not going to be awesome, I'm not going to bother. Which is why you get a lot of never started kind of activities.
I had the unrelenting expectations schema when I was doing schema therapy, which is,
It's not good.
New.
That's a lot of pressure on yourself. I lift that off you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It has been, which has been lovely, and that's why my psych graduated me halfway through this year.
Told you to go away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make way for new
sick
clients.
of seeing you. You're fine. Like, oh, okay.
How did she broach that discussion? Was it gentle?
It was very gentle, and it was wonderful. But that was the thing. Like, she was going, "You're doing amazingly. You're saying to me all the things I would have had to point out to you over the past few years," kind of thing. You've made your own ways to navigate this really tricky situation. You don't need my support.
And you're like,
and I'm like,
but I need you.
But yeah.
You're my blankie.
Like, but what happened? And the RSD kicks in, and I was like, I'm a bad client, apparently.
I don't think you can be a bad client to a psychologist.
Well, that's a pretty big statement.
Maybe if you try and date
maybe
them,
like
you
stalk
could
them and
stalk them. You would have done those things.
I did not. I did not stalk my
Goodness for
psychologist.
that. This is a very awkward conversation if you did.
Yeah.
I'm watching a show, Nobody Wants This, and the sister starts dating her psychologist and they're like, that's an unethical relationship. It definitely is. You wouldn't do that. Sorry,
No.
that's a segue that's not related to you and your psychologist. That did not happen.
Also correct.
You stopped seeing each other because she graduated
Professionally.
not because she wants to date you.
Correct.
Because you're married.
We're both married to different people, very happily.
And you're unavailable.
Correct.
Very good. Glad we clarified all of that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just stop there. So here's something that I have learned also along the years, and that's in this whole kind of neurodivergent people tend to flock together.
Yes.
And we find our people, we find our neurokin.
Because they speak clearly with clarity.
Exactly.
And they just say what they mean and mean what they say.
And so one of the biggest gifts that one of my friends has given me is...
green balls.
Well, I mean, that was an amazing gift. Was... See, you made me lose. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
No, that's right. I can get there. It's late at night. Meds have gone from my system, but I can get there. So one of the huge gifts one of my really good friends gave me was knowing that RSD is a big thing for me.
Yep.
He's neurodivergent as well. It's a big thing for him as well. So if we've been having to talk through difficult stuff, you know, as friends that have journeyed through years together, sometimes you got to talk through stuff, and we've been through some socially difficult stuff. And he has been able to go at times, hey, I know this is going to trigger your RSD. We're all good.
Oh, so it's a preface of we good.
Yeah, we good. I'm going to say something that's going to come across as potentially negative or could be read as negative. I know it's going to trigger your RSD, but we're good. And then we'll go into it. And it's amazing how that little, like...
Disengage the bomb.
Yeah, exactly. That little green flag at the start. It's not a red flag, it's a green flag going, hey, I know that this might feel icky for you, but we're okay. And then I can go, oh, okay, yeah. And it's amazing how much that has actually made me able to take stuff in that way really, really well.
We should do that with our kids when we're telling them off or, you know, like lovingly disciplining them.
Yeah.
As in, we're okay. This isn't fracturing our connection as parent-child, but also from a friendship perspective, that's really important and valuable too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Tim and I have a code phrase.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to talk about something sensitive, it's called safe container. So it's like, I'm opening the lid of the safe container. This is a safe container topic, which means that we can put it in there and then not keep talking about it afterwards.
Yeah, okay.
But so I know that there's an end point to it, and I know that that icky conversation or that hard conversation will have a time and a space, and it just gets locked into that little vault.
That's really cool.
The safe container. But it also helps to kind of flag to the other person, this is really important to me, and it might potentially rock the boat for both of us a little bit, but we need to get a little bit messy before we can bring it back together again.
Because like the reality is you can't, with RSD being a thing, you can't just run and hide and not have the difficult conversations. They still have to happen at times.
It's not productive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could try, but your life is going to be interesting.
Oh, for sure. But similarly with giving feedback of like, hey, I like that really triggered me, or that thought or that conversation, line of conversation is not comfortable for me. Often that makes us go, oh my gosh, I should shut up and never use my mouth ever again.
Yeah. Or I can't talk about this again.
Yeah. Or even like constructive criticism of a project that you're working on, and or like your coach saying, hey, let's refine these things. But actually pitching it a little bit like the shit sandwich or the hamburger or whatever you want to call it. You start with a positive, sandwich. The compliment, that's the one. It's very politically correct of you. Thank you.
Because I think eat a shit sandwich and have a compliment sandwich are two entirely different things.
No one wants to eat shit.
No, exactly. Yes.
So you want it to be a compliment sandwich. Yeah, I don't know. The words were...
Yeah.
The meds have worn off, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's grace. But I think actually the way that we phrase things when we're wanting to actually be constructive is not use the word but. This is really good, but because we always know that that's the hinge point of it actually wasn't that great. Or that's how we interpret that. But actually saying, hello, this was amazing, and I'm wondering how we could make this even better. Using those I wonder statements are more inviting a conversation, inviting a brainstorm, as opposed to, I'm telling you I'm seeing it from this perspective, come on the journey with me, too bad I'm dragging you, as opposed to, hey, I'm seeing this as really positive, a really good starting point. I'm wondering how we can make it even better. What are your thoughts? And inviting that other person to come with some ideas.
And the reality is, if they're a neurodivergent person and it's something they're interested about, and you say, hey, how could we make this better? Their brain will just go, oh, I've got so many ideas now.
Oh, exactly. And then Bob's your uncle.
Exactly.
You've got a game changer, fundraising scheme or whatever it is, which is awesome. So I think also the way that we phrase things, super important. If it's negative, making sure that we're talking one-on-one, out of earshot of our peers or other close people, because the embarrassment, the tail between the legs, we don't wear that well either.
No.
We love to be hammed up in front of a crowd to be told that we did it awesome, and we will be like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Lion King kind of situation. We like to bask in it. But as soon as we know that we've stuffed up, telling us off in front of a whole group of people, the name on the blackboard kind of situation, or whiteboard, is not the best way to discipline, reprimand, or get a better result.
It's true.
It won't shape behaviour. It'll actually just put us into a big shame spiral. And potentially we might start self-harming and crawling into a hole and never coming out, and deciding that being catatonic is a good option. I mean, potentially that is where it could lead.
Exactly.
And I'm not being dramatic, people of the air and people of the screen.
It is where it leads to when it's left unchecked and can run rampant.
100%. And this is where our neurodivergent teens often get caught in a bit of a shame spiral that actually ends up to be quite catastrophic for them and their mental well-being and their physical well-being if they go down the self-injurious behaviour pathway. So this is not something we're treading lightly and making candid conversation and little jokes about, and we're not trying to be glib, but there's actually a very big serious element, particularly for those that are still forming their identity and forming their idea of their self-worth, when actually they feel like they've just been told off for the entirety of their lives. Do you want to know a fun fact? It's not very fun.
Sure.
Well, it's terrible, but the average ADHD child will get told off 100 times before lunchtime or redirected. So the feedback that they're getting is, stop doing that. Can you do that somewhere else? Have you done this yet? Why haven't you done this yet? What's going on over there? All of those kind of phrases, they would have heard that about 100 times by the time they get to lunchtime. Do you want to know another crazy fact?
What's that?
It takes 10 positive things to outweigh 1 negative.
Yeah.
So if you are already at the count of 100 of redirections, being told off, being
Let's say
told...
1,000 positive things.
You need to say 1,000 positive things to that person for them to even break even.
Jeepers.
And I don't see anyone dishing out the compliments to the ADHD kid climbing the walls that is destroying all of the displays in the classroom. There's no compliments going there. And so they're running at a constant deficit.
Yeah.
And if you're running at a constant deficit and you're already lumping the self-RSD shame spiral onto yourself, you're in a very dark place before you even hit your preteen years. Let that sink in for a little minute. Yeah. It's really actually quite sad. And I mean, like, I look at us, Burke, and we were undiagnosed kiddos. We got late diagnoses as adults, and we've had to do a lot of rebuilding and self-amping of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Even
100%.
in those earlier years of, you know, you talk too much, you're easily distracted, stop distracting others. Well, they're my report cards. Don't know about you.
Nope,
Similar.
Yep.
I mean, we pumped out the good grades, guys, just heads up. But, you know, there was also those comments. And while we, on the exterior, looked like potentially we were still able to put one foot in front of the other, some of those days were really hard, respectively, for both of us.
100%.
And so I can only imagine for kiddos out there, young ones that are having a lot of this kind of feedback coming from family members, coming from siblings, and then going to school and getting it in every single class, moving between main class to specialists, etc. Peers going, can you stop doing that? Why do you always do that? All of those phrases grind you down.
Yep. And that's it. And going back to that option you gave me at the start of would I have all the executive function or none of the RSD, like I honestly feel like some of the biggest progress I've made in, I don't know, becoming a more functional human has been since I've been did the work with my psych about the RSD.
True.
And learned to take some of the power out of it.
Yeah.
Because as much as executive function holds me back from doing stuff at times, like, meds do help with that. And there are tips and tricks and there's ways that people can help and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But doing the work on the RSD was something that actually has completely changed my outlook on aspects of my life.
That's huge. What would be like some of your biggest takeaways that helped you to do that, to help you to sort of not let it grind you down on the daily?
Yeah. It's I forget who the psych is that quotes it or came up with it, but part of it is the whole name it to tame it thing.
Yeah.
So knowing that it is there, knowing that it's not that I'm a terrible human person and that's why I have all these thoughts and why I keep feeling like this. It's not because I am a terrible human person. It's because of the RSD. And so knowing that it's actually, this is a byproduct of the way my brain fires differently.
Yep.
Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that it is something that happens to me. This is not me. This is not part of my identity. And so knowing that the RSD is there and will happen was a lot of change to just go, okay, it's not that I'm a broken human. Yeah.
So it's actually understanding that it's going to kick in.
It's going to kick in. It's going to be there.
You're hardwired to actually go to that place.
And I can't necessarily stop that from happening.
Okay.
Never. This was part of the conversation when my psych was graduating me. I was like, oh, but what about this and this and this and this? She's like, you're never going to fix
all of those
we're
things.
Never going to fix everything. We're humans.
Yeah.
The goal is not to try and fix every little part of ourselves that doesn't necessarily work the way we hope it would or anything like that. It's about learning how to live a life that actually brings us joy and fulfillment and we're thriving and things like that, as opposed to just getting through each day.
Yeah.
And so, for me, one of the biggest thing was learning, name it to tame it, and then going, it's there, it's going to be a factor. But now I can know that it's a factor. And so like tonight I was like, 40 minutes late to get here. Because the afternoon took a bit of a turn. And Beth and I were doing some Christmas decorations and I thought she was getting grumpy at me and she was getting all upset, and I felt like she was getting frustrated that I was going to be going out soon and wasn't going to be around to help finish the rest of the decorations. She was getting all upset with me, or she was then feeling like I was getting all stressy and upset and everything like this.
So you both were assuming that the other person was annoyed or frustrated.
But then we both just took that step back. Usually it's actually a step towards each other, and it's just like one of us just like, cuddle, have a cuddle. I'm just like, yeah, okay, my RSD was kicking in, and I thought you were, but you're not. You, again, I need to take it at face value. You say you're okay, so you're okay, and I will now adjust the way I respond to you with that in mind, and not respond out of all the spiraling RSD thoughts.
Yeah. And so it's taking a pause break to seek the clarity.
Yeah, to seek the clarity, that's it.
And to just double check that you're interpreting things correctly.
And that's it, yeah.
Which often that's the thing, right? We're actually made up this whole scenario.
Exactly, that's it.
And the other person's like, no, we're good.
And that's one of the wonderful things, like, that Beth and I, as we've been going on this journey of me learning how to tackle the RSD, is that she's been a really great prompt at going, is that actually the situation, or is that your RSD? And I'm just like,
good call.
And I sometimes don't like to admit how often she's right, that it often is just the RSD and not actually the situation that I thought it was. And it's, again, I'm reading into it something that isn't there. But again, like, having that prompt to then go, oh yeah, okay, this is not what's going on. It gives you that opportunity to have that stop for a second, regain clarity, refocus, and then go, oh yeah, now I can choose to respond out of the way that I want to and need to, as opposed to feeling like I have no control over the way I'm responding because the RSD is driving me.
Yeah, 100%. And I think kind of stemming off that, you can go the other way, which is sometimes what some individuals will do with a lot of RSDs, actually check in too much.
Yeah.
Are we okay? Sure we okay? Are we okay? Do you still like me? Are we okay?
Guilty.
Can we still be friends? Are we okay? Maybe not the same phrase, but like generalistically, that's what it looks like. I mean, even you and I did this the other day, didn't we?
We good?
We good? And I was like, oh yeah, we are good. And you were like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So there is absolutely, you can alienate another person, particularly if they are not neurodivergent and they don't get it. They will be like, why do you have to clarify so much?
What do you keep asking for okay?
Yeah, like, now we're not okay because you're weird, because you keep asking. And so I think also understanding, if you are prone to need clarification, actually letting the other person know, hey, I've got this lovely evil twin called RSD that lives like in the back end of my brain that sometimes just takes over. Yeah. And occasionally I am going to double check that we're good because also those ones, triple, quadruple. But because in the past I maybe have stuffed up a little bit and misinterpreted and let it go too far, and now I'm wearing that kind of shame spiral still, and I've been hurt before. So it's kind of like, if you've been hurt before, you can bring that into other relationship kind of scenario. So also giving the person a heads up, hey, if I check in, it's just because I just need to ensure that we are good, because sometimes my brain plays some tricks on me and takes me on a little joyride that is more like a haunted house. It is like a haunted house. Yeah. It's like, we're not friends anymore.
I sent a comment to someone on Instagram, and they were talking about, they did a hard thing and then realised that, everyone does hard things every day of their lives. So I sent them a message and going, yeah, everyone does hard things, but not everyone has a brain that's actively trying to destroy their lives every day. And
oh my gosh.
they're just like, oh yeah. I'm just like, so it's okay to celebrate that you did the hard thing, because
celebrate the wins.
Sometimes our brains are not our friends.
Wow. Our brains are constantly self-sabotaging. I
Yep.
feel like that's unfair. So for those of you out there that are not an ADHDer, you will definitely live and orbit the space with other ADHDers, other neurodivergent individuals that wear the cape of RSD hard, and we will also wear your emotions as if they're our own.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ask us why. We just like to carry extra things because we're tough. Okay, not really.
Yeah.
Because we like...
We're sponges?
We like punishment.
Yeah.
Suckers for punishment?
No.
We're We're not sponges.
We
do absorb
we
everyone
absorb
else's
it all,
crap.
but like I don't do it because I like it.
I don't choose to wear that deep empath hat for fun. That's actually really a lot as well. If someone is deeply aggrieved about something and I care about them, I will be feeling that emotion like it happened to me.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I do it. I'll even do that for the random Aldi guy. He told me something about his life and it was genuinely sad.
Oh.
And I'm still sad from my little human this morning telling me that his Venus flytrap died. And he goes, I am so sad. And he kept saying it. And now I'm full forlorn about a dead plant of a child who I'm very invested.
Apparently, yeah.
And I'm invested in what the Aldi guy lost. He misplaced something. The checkout guy. And I was like, oh, that's really awful. And he goes, yeah, it's really getting me down. I can't focus on anything else.
Yeah, it's really getting me down, and now I can't focus on anything else.
Yeah, but then I forgot to buy what I needed to buy.
Because you were so down from what he was saying.
I was wearing his
Exactly.
issues. Okay, so also know that that's going to happen. We didn't volunteer for it.
Yep.
As tribute, it just attaches to us like Velcro. We're like magnets. We just like suck the issues towards us.
Yep.
Yeah, so, if we look like the burden is heavy and we are like slumped over, it's usually because we're carrying all of your stuff, all of our besties' stuff, our own stuff, and then we're also doomsday prepping because we think that text message actually means I hate you and you're not cool. Don't hang out with me anymore.
I was chatting to my neighbour yesterday. I haven't talked to her.
Is this the one that loaned you the car?
Nah. This is another one. Different neighbour.
You have nice neighbours, might I say.
Yeah, we do. I was throwing her a bit of a bone because I was in a good mood, and sometimes she annoys me, but I was in a good mood for a chat.
Like an actual bone?
No, like as in like, here, have a conversational bone. And so we got talking for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that kind of thing, just out in the driveway. And it was really nice, but she was like, you actually seem lighter.
Yeah, it's
and I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know, you're not talking about me physically. But she's like, no, yeah, absolutely. Because,
maybe
but
she
she's
was.
like,
You do look
no.
good.
And she was like, yeah, but like, I can see the difference in how you carry yourself from after you, before and after you were made redundant. Because again, I was carrying all that and absorbing all of that and living in that RSD spiral about all those things that were not necessarily going the way I thought they were going to go at that job. And now that I'm not, I'm just like,
But do you know what? When we are so focused on what is within our lives or what we're choosing to wear of other people within our lives, we don't have time for those incidental conversations or the capacity to actually take a bit of an extra interest in whoever we're talking to. It might just be like, they go, how you going? And like, bad day. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh,
and
it was 100%. I'd be like, I'd see them in the driveway and I'm like, I'm just going to sit in my car for a few minutes and then walk down once they've gone into their house. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
An avoidance strategy. So that's actually a very real place as well. And I think, understanding that our capacity does fluctuate, but also understanding that the RSD element also affects our capacity is a big deal. Name it is a really big thing. Acknowledging that that's happening for you on the everyday is also really important.
But remember to take people at their word.
Yep. And put the caveat of the truth.
Yeah.
The truth bomb of what you know of that person, what you know of your connection. And that will also circumvent those conversations of overly
Are we okay?
double checking repeatedly, because that can get a little bit tiresome for those individuals that just are like, can you just be a little bit secure in yourself, Trish? We're fine. Oh, man.
Yeah, early years of my marriage.
Oh, it puts so much stress on a relationship, doesn't it?
Yes, you just asked me 30 seconds ago if I was okay. I'm like,
but you huffed.
But
are
you
you
still
sure you're breathing
seem
funny?
like you're okay. Are you okay?
Oh
then are you okay that I asked that you were okay?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not okay listening to this dialogue.
I'm glad I have grown and learnt and moved from that place.
I'm glad for you, but I'm also glad that you as a couple, you and your wifey, have actually traversed this journey and learnt about each other and learnt that you both get affected by RSD and you both actually need to go, hey, is that the RSD talking or is that just like, just let's do a vibe check.
Exactly.
Very important.
Yep.
Very important. So sorry guys that this wasn't like the most cheery of conversations, but hopefully you took away some good points of how to broach conversations, how to put some clarity around what you're communicating, but also how you can invite more of a brainstorm for conversations rather than this is the lay of the land. I mean, obviously, for some conversations that is.
You do have to,
but no long lead times, guys. No. That's the long and the short of it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great.
There you go. I summed it up.
You did.
I nutshelled it, and I didn't deviate too much.
No.
My head is totally rabbiting though.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
RSD.
Right. Yep.
We're signing off.
We are.
I'm Trish.
I'm Burke.
We think you should get yourself some
real
Zeal.
Zeal.
Bye.
Brown shorts to go with my black shorts as well.
I feel like you have brown shorts, but your legs are brown, your arms are brown.
Well,
you just look like you're wearing skin-coloured shorts, which makes you look like you're wearing no shorts.
I think I got any pants on.
You are more caramel.
Caramel. Yes.
Caramel.
Caramel.
No. No.
Americans get it right. Right, I'm editing
guys.
this. I get to say whatever I want because they can cut it out.
Okay. This is going. All right. What are we talking about? RSD. You've got to do the intro. Well, Tim's a sire, so he's like a... But he does that to get oxygen into his lungs. Obviously, that's what breathing is for, Burke.
Are you upset with me, honey?
But
like,
I'm
just trying
always
to
going,
breathe.
what's the matter? So you play with blue balls before, now you're playing with green balls?
No, I'm literally playing with the exact same balls.
Oh, Beth's balls.
Yes.